Hey everyone, VJose42 here, back for another deck review. I'm running out of new decks to review, actually, surprisingly. But I do got these, and I just got in. And I got more on the way as well, decks to review. If not this weekend, next weekend obviously, or sometime this week. And this is Queen Slipper cards. I've actually done a review on some bridge-sized Queen Slipper cards that I got before. These are from Australia. These are basically the same, they're poker size. And we'll just quickly look at them. It says Queen Slipper Poker, plain cards, casino quality, linen embossed, large index, high slip finish. You got a crown and it's like some scepters here on top. On the bottom it says QS for Queen Slipper and poker with a crown in it. And that's kind of what the front of the box looks like. On this side, Queen Slipper, casino quality poker cards, and there's this symbol here that says Australian made, and there's like a kangaroo on there. On this side, exact same thing. On the top, Queen Slipper poker cards. At the bottom, nothing, but it looks like it's been damaged slightly, the box. Fortunately, the cards are alright. And in the back you get a cross-cut section, if you will, with the face and back of the cards along with a barcode. And there was a flap sticking up like this that I cut off for, hanging it in the store. And then there's some trademark information here as well on the flap, as usual. And what you get is some pretty decent cards, actually. These are the Queen Slipper. They dribble nicely. What you do get is basically standard faces with jumbo indices, which is awesome for Magic because the indices are better to see and it's jumbo, it's regular index, so it's really good. And the court cards as well. And the court cards have a bit of color to the faces and the hands, a bit of a peachy color. Very light, but it's hard to notice, but it's somewhat noticeable. The Jokers look like this. There's a jester type guy. He's having a good time, he's laughing or whatever. It says Joker in the two corners and Queen Slipper underneath them. And that's all there is to it. A fairly standard non-special Joker, and you get a second one exactly the same. And the Ace of Spades, just like the ones in the other decks that I have. A big spade tip with a circle in the center that says Australian made with some kind of a symbol. And Queen Slipper on the bottom. And just a fairly standard, really large spade tip, nothing too outlandish or anything about it. Cards spread nicely, can't complain about that. And they even fan fairly nicely, although they are a little bit curved. I still want to break them in a little bit more. They'll be better. I have seen, well, the seller, which I actually bought the bridge sized ones from, posted in the ad that they do handle, or do have a better quality than the bridge sized cards. So I'm hoping they do. They do appear to have a air cushion finish. They look like bicycles when you look at them. On the back design, nothing too special about it. It's just a back design with kind of a diamond back to it, or a checkered back to it, with a bit of a border to it, and a kind of a star and a symbol in the center there. But it's not bad looking, and if you're in Australia, obviously these are the cards to buy. They're probably easier to find than bicycles, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's not a bad deck. If you're into collecting cards like myself, I would say to pick them up. Otherwise, don't go out of your way to pick them up, because you can just pick up bicycles at Walmart or Target. Speaking of which, I can't wait for Target to come to Canada in the next year or so. Anyway, that is this deck. I do have one more I will show you quickly. It's very similar, except it is a 500 stack. And it's in blue. The box is basically the same, except it says Queen Slipper 500s playing cards with 11, 12, and 13 spot cards and rules of play. And that is the big difference, is it has some spot cards that are not in a regular deck. So I figured, you know, it might be pretty cool to have. They could be used as a gimmick, if you will, or gaff. On this side, it's Queen Slipper Casino Quality 500s playing cards, and you got that same symbol. On this side, same thing. On top, Queen Slipper 500s cards. The bottom actually says made in Australia, and there's a reorder number for whatever reason. Unlike the other one where it says nothing on the bottom. And in the back, same thing, cross cut. So I need the back and the face, and there is a barcode. But it is a different queen. And flap, some trademark information. We open it up and we get, yeah, a lot of cards. There's like 62 cards in this deck. And the cards are basically the same. There is only one Joker. It's actually different, so I kind of like it. It's cool. It's some kind of a bird with a worm or a snake in his mouth. I assume it's a worm, but it looks like a snake because it's got a tongue like a snake. I didn't know worms had tongues, but I assume it's a bird with a worm in its mouth. It says Joker on both sides. Queen Slipper on the bottom. I'd never seen this Joker before. It's not in the other decks that I have. They just have that standard one. So I was pretty surprised when I saw that, and also pleased because it looks pretty damn cool. Court cards. Again, they have some pink or peachy color to their face and their hands. This time it's a little more noticeable. Other than that, it's basically the same court cards and everything. But here's the difference. You get some number cards. 12 of hearts and 11 of hearts. 11 of diamonds. 12 of diamonds. There's a 12 of spades. 11 of spades, 13 of diamonds, 12 clubs. The ace of spades is the same as the other deck, by the way. And there's a 13 of hearts and an 11 of clubs. And that's it. It might look like it's a couple of cards short, but that's actually all it has. 11 and 12 of spades, 11 and 12 clubs, and then you get 11, 12, 13 of diamonds, 11, 12, 13 of hearts. So, you know, it works for a gimmick of some sort, or a trick. And I do actually sell, you know, 13 of clubs or 13 of spades gimmick cards. I actually won one in a contest from Ace 65431. I'm still waiting on him to send that to me, as well as a deck of custom gaff deck that he's making for me. It was either that or a deck of rider back playing cards, and I'm like, I'll take the gaff deck. It's more valuable and more useful than just another deck of standard playing cards. But anyway, these cards, they dribble alright. These ones actually have like a smooth finish, not like the other one, the red deck that I have. Spread's alright. And again, these two decks I haven't used that much. They're kind of right out of the box, as I just got them yesterday. And it fans alright as well. But yeah, keep in mind that these are kind of right out of the box. I haven't really played with them that much. Haven't really broken them in that much. They may not handle so good later on, but I think they will be pretty cool, pretty good decks, especially the red deck. But this one's not bad either. But it is a bridge-sized deck, as you can see. And it's also a lot thicker, as you can see, because it's got you know, almost 10 cards more. Anyway, that's those 2 decks reviewed. If there's any decks that you want to see reviewed, let me know. I will review them. If you did mention something that you want reviewed and I didn't review it, I apologize. Let me know again. Give me a little bit of a slap in the face or something and I'll review it for you. And I'll see you next time.